Greetings and welcome to Office Hours with Dr. G. I'm your host, Dr. G, and I am so glad that you could keep our appointment. Tonight, I am so excited for these two guests. And if you read the promo, I've known them all their lives. Yes, two of my three sons will be with me tonight as they talk about life with Dr. G from a son's point of view. Now, you all know Dr. G the way you know Dr. G, but nobody knows a person like their kinfolk. And so I hope that what my sons have to say about me is good, but they're going to start way back before I was awakened. And hopefully they'll be able to compare where I was to where I am and where I'm going. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight as I introduce my middle and youngest sons, Kemarr and Henry. And one of them is a comedian and the other one is a singer. And I don't know what's going to come out of their mouths tonight, but I want to welcome to Office Hours with Dr. G, my sons, and they're going to have to rock with me if the music's not over, Kemarr and Henry.
Yeah, that's me.
How y'all doing?
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dr. G.
Hi, Mom. Whatever. Thank you guys for coming on to Office Hours with Dr. G, and I hope you guys we have a good time tonight, because a lot of times, people don't know who a person really is, because we have a public persona, and then that private side, a lot of times folks are saying, yeah, right, that's what y'all think. So Henry, you're sinking. Come on back up. But we got a little echo in here. I'm not sure if that's you, Henry.
That's me again. Okay,
yeah, that's you, the comedian. I want to welcome you all. How you doing to my kinfolk out there in Cyberland? Tonight, I got two of my offspring, my sons with a U. They shine in my life, and I'm so happy that you all will get to meet them. I see El Banjo. She said, "Hey, little nephews." See, I got some kinfolk y'all don't know about, and we've had this conversation. Thank you so much, Jasmine Miller. They handsome sons. I don't know if you guys can see the comments, but the comment section is over to the right. Henry, you might be able to see them because you're on your computer, but Kamar, I know you. Yeah, the comments are over there. But listen, yeah. So we've had some times. Henry, let's go with you, Kamar. Kamar, who's up in the upper right. Kamar, who sees his name Kamar there, is my middle son. They have an older brother, Dion. I've been trying to catch up with Dion for days, and he lives about 5-6 blocks away from me. And but I couldn't catch up with him. He's the oldest. Kamar lives in Atlanta, Georgia, and my son Henry lives in Delaware, but not in the same city. That's the funny one. He gonna be laughing, y'all. He lives in Delaware. We just live in another part of Delaware. So, but we grew up. We kind of grew up together. There was an evolution. We always had a good time. We always liked to sing. We sang together. There were some good times and there were some bad times. The singing was the good times. Believe it or not, Dr. G was kind of a tough cookie, and
kind of small. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So, and Kamar probably has more of a perspective on that. But people change, you know what I mean? And I'm so glad that I changed, and I'm so glad that now where we are today, that we have the most amazing conversations and the most amazing communication regarding, just things in general. And even though I'm going to preface this, y'all, because some people want to ask, you guys have not totally embraced what your mom does as far as as far as nationality and so forth, but I'm pretty sure I got y'all to the point where you really understand the importance of it, because we've had enough conversations that you all know, even though y'all do what you do. So I'm going to start with you, Kamar, since you are the eldest here that's on here, and I'm just going to introduce you to let you introduce yourself to my other kinfolk over here who come on almost every week, and be with my friends and be with my guests and so forth. And I don't know how many folk listen, let me before we get started, listen, I need y'all to press the like, and I need you to share, because you don't think because this is not I don't have some great Moorish, orator or somebody on there, that we not going to have a good time. I want you all to share, because these guys are a part of me. I know I look like their sister.
Exactly. Yes, you do. Yes.
But these are
You see where we get
these
it from?
yeah, these are my sons, and we're gonna be honest and frank, and I'm hoping that this conversation will not only be enlightening, but it may even help somebody else with their relationship with their family and their children. So with that, Kamar, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you
Well,
live, what you do.
well, you pretty much told them all that. I am the middle son. I currently reside in Atlanta, Georgia. Um, I'm 45 years old. I'll be 46 next month. Um, I myself,
You
I
will
can
be
say,
46 in May. You
well,
jumped
yeah,
the gun. Not this month.
I jumped the gun in May, but I myself, I can say I was probably like the problem child growing up. That middle child syndrome. Y'all pretty much know how to go, black sheep, whatever, whatever. But I was no angel by far, by far. Uh, and far as me and mom's relationship, I think, like she said, like any household, you go through your ups and downs. But I watched her grow from that mom that you want to say, oh, she just gets on my nerves, and a few other choice words. However, but you know what I mean, to where she is now. And just let me back up a little bit. And I just remember growing up, my mom, she was always fashionable. That's one thing. You couldn't keep her out the stores. Uh, every time you look up, she had a box or something coming to the house. It was some type of shipment or something, or she had some type of idea that was going forth. To this day, she's pretty much like that. But um, I can say we butted heads a little bit. Maybe I I can't even really say why, but growing up now, I understand because like of course she was going through her own things. As an adult and a parent, back then, which I'm a parent now, so I kind of see, what happened. But however, it were times that we really kind of were at it, and if we're going to be candid, be real about everything. There were times that I really was mad at her because I felt like I said mom put everybody else before me, and I'm gonna just speak for me. Mom's putting everybody before me. I'm throwing temper tantrums, and I felt like I got the hard end of the stick at times. To a point to where I got rebellious and was like, look, I'm gonna go and do me. But
I
you know what
think
I
you I
mean.
think you left at about 17, right?
16,
Oh,
16.
16. Oh, you left
Yeah.
early. That's how bad I was, y'all. He left at 16.
But it wasn't all you, mom. It wasn't all you. I think you got to a point where you got fed up with me and my stuff too. But you know what I mean, and and I could jump back and forth to now and then. I really appreciate like all that I had to endure, growing up, or just getting to know, her and me, because now I see where I get some of my strengths from. My mom, and I remember, one time I asked her, I said, Mom, I said, you self-centered, aren't you? And her response to me was, I sure am. You know what I mean? And I kind of took, offense to that, like, at first, but I get it. I get it now. You have to be at a point to where, you got to know you got to know your strength and deal with who you are. At times it can be selfish, it come across selfish if we don't communicate, you know what I mean? But I get it. I get it, and I appreciate, you know, her for all that she has taught me. It wasn't, given to me on a silver platter, golden spoon, or however you want to name it. Definitely wasn't. Mine was not. You're going to have to find out the way to do it yourself. Get it done. She was mom. She took care of you, and all that stuff. But all that extra stuff, we didn't. I can say I didn't get that. I didn't get that. Growing up. To go back to her, I've seen her struggle. I've seen her sacrifice. I've seen her, at times where, she had to do what she had to do. I don't want to get emotional on that part, but she had to do what she had to do for her kids. And it's not, a lot of people, they would see us out in the street, or the world would think, what I mean, that me and my mom were not, are not together or tight. However, you're wrong. You're wrong, because you're not in the household. You don't know us. You don't know, what we've gone through. And today, I think, because of her, I am, a much stronger person. I really am. I really am.
I, thank you, Kamar. But listen, I have to add this so that they'll know. And because I remember I did a show a couple of months ago with a friend of mine, and we kind of were really open about some of our, I was open about some of my shortcomings, some of my regrets, as a parent. And and a lot of parents got sucked into this. I remember you were different, but now I recognize your difference more as a you were an intuitive, gifted young man. You you used to do some things that would just send us like going bananas. But we would be downstairs talking. You were punished up in
Oh God.
upstairs. No, no, no. And you would say, I hear you. I hear what you said. We'd be whispering, my mother and I, and you could hear, you knew what we were saying and different things. It was like, how does he know that? And different things. And so eventually, when you don't understand, say, astrology and stuff like I understand it now, if I had been into astrology, except for the church told me that stuff was taboo, but if I had overstood or understood astrology back then for each one of you, I would have known your temperament and the various ways that things that were just, unique to people born under a certain sign. So you had these giftings and so forth. You were very restless. You didn't like to, like sit still and stuff like that. And so you did little things. I won't talk about some of the things you did,
Well,
but
go
you
ahead. You
took.
can talk.
Okay. So I can be honest.
You can be honest.
So at one point I don't know whether I just never counted my money or not. But don't go nowhere.
I got you, remember. Go.
So at one point, for your teachers were telling me that you would have like $20, $40. You'd have all of this. You'd have money in your desk. But guess where it came from? Somehow it came from, mom's wallet. And I guess, I didn't count things. But eventually, because of the way you were, they did their recommendation to put you on Ritalin. Right. And that is what I greatly, greatly, greatly regret. And so many parents, young melanated, mostly young melanated boys, not so much as girls, were diagnosed with ADD and ADHD and given Ritalin and whatever else. And so, yeah, he's a Taurus, and given this drug, And now we know years later that Ritalin, you might as well, some of the things that people go on, uppers and downers, Percocets and different things, they were basically given children drugs, like that, to the extent that, you know, I didn't know what I had done. I didn't realize. So what it did is it drugged you and had you lethargic in school so that they could teach the rest of the students without your activity going on. But then it was affecting you. You know what I mean? It was
Right.
causing, all kinds of things. And we're still yet to know exactly what those things have done, to our young people. I mean, I'm grateful to the Most High that, you are healthy. I mean, you have your ups and downs about things, just like, we're getting older. But
Woo.
some young people didn't fare so well. Some young people grew into, very troubled men and women as a result of being drugged, if you will, in school. So that's one of my big regrets. And I mean, just knowing how to deal with your rambunctiousness and your curiosity, and the fact that you were very intuitive. Wow. And it paid off. And we may or may get into that, how it paid off. But you have just been, like I said, when you left at 16, it was kind of like it was a relief on the one hand, because we were button heads about so many things, but then it was a fear on the other hand about how were you faring, how was life, I wasn't always crazy about your friends and choices and so forth, but you found kinship. We learned that family, this is why I'm not saying family, just so y'all know, because family, we found out that comes from a slave term where we not slaves. So I'll say kinfolk. You realize this. There's a saying that said all skin folk aren't kinfolk. In other words, just because people, or even blood, just because we have the same, byline, the blood, didn't mean necessarily that we were going to get along together. And that then we didn't always get along, although we were, when we were singing and doing, our, having our little I don't know what we were doing that would lead to singing, but that singing has paid off for you too. We'll talk about that too. But what I'm saying is, you were gone, and I'm going to be honest with you. You found other kinfolk to call your kinfolk, and there were times when I felt, really like I had blown it, because I had lost you, and you were calling other people mom. That's mom so and so, because you got in the music world, and you sang with one choir for about what, 20 years or more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So but so you had mom this mom and mom that mom and different things, and so I didn't say anything, but I felt like, hey, you weren't there for him, and he found his tribe, so to speak. But I'm glad things have come full circle. And I think it happened more so when I woke up, because I had to wake up to some things. And I'm gonna move off for you for a minute. We're gonna get back.
Okay.
And I'm
Okay.
gonna thank you so much. Yeah. Now we're gonna move to this one down here in the looking like trying to be a DJ. This is my youngest son. Look. Are you trying to look cute or handsome or something? Look, he's
Just
crazy.
making sure.
This is the comedian, y'all. One of these days he's going to do. Probably I'm going to do a
I'm
weird.
listening. Go ahead.
I know. This is my youngest son. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Henry.
Henry. That's it. I'm Henry. A lot of people they know me as Henry Goofy. Um, about to be 40, 39, pushing 40. I'm the youngest of the bunch. Um, I a little bit about myself. I do whatever. I'm a clown. I'm a comedian. I like to have fun. Like my mother said, we sing, we joke, we enjoy life. But I'm the one, I guess, that got it when he left. Went over here, and he left, and it was my turn. But no, as the youngest of the bunch, I was the one that got a chance to see everything going, developing, and then I was the one that kind of made sure I was held sheltered from, what I mean, being able to be released or be into, to explore a little bit. But I know for sure that me being that younger one and having that, I was the closest, I guess, to mom. I was the baby, so I'm the one that had to stay right there, and I had to be there all the way up until it was time for her to say, "Okay, little bunny, it's time for you to get up out of this nest," but or birdie, whatever. But but no, life for me was cool. I mean, I don't remember too much as a youth, but I do remember me just always being the observant one. You know, I like to again, I seen the stuff happen. I seen my older brother when they was going through it. I seen him leave. I seen how they was butting heads. Sometimes I was the one that, you know, he got it because of me. Sometimes, of course, that's life. I ain't even gonna deny that. You know, he took some of my punishment.
Quite a few of them.
Yeah, that's my baby. He know it. He know. I understand that as a younger brother. I know that. But when it comes to being, you know, with Doc, you know, I was the one that then I was left to make sure that nobody else, you know, would mess with her, I guess, as the youngest one. You know what I mean? I was left to protect, I guess, mom at the same time. But then I still learned a lot too. Like my brother said, mom taught us how to fend for yourself. It wasn't given to you. You wasn't given nothing. It was you gonna learn. I'm gonna teach you, lead you to the water, and I'm gonna show you how to get there, and you better figure out how to drink it. And if not, then you're gonna starve. That's how mom do work it. But once she taught you, she put some good stuff into your brain that now at 39, I know where I am today, of course, is because of her. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was the baby, you know, I was just that guy that, you know, I don't know.
He learned something. You learned some things, and you, like I
Right.
said, you were sneaky.
Oh yeah.
So since we're being honest, you were very sneaky. But let's go way, way back. I remember
There you
one
go. Well,
time,
I didn't.
Kamar.
Oh wait, I didn't know Kay this part. He did. Don't flip side. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
no. Do you remember the time when he threw the food away?
Oh wow. Is
He,
that when we had to eat food out the trash can type thing?
yeah, that's yeah, yeah.
I still don't think I ate it, y'all. I don't care what she say. Yes, we had to pull the food out the trash can because I
Yeah,
didn't
we
like
did.
it. Yeah, boy, I sat there and she pulled it out the trash can and put it on the table and said, "You ain't leaving until you eat the food." I think she got tired before we did, and then ended up leaving. I still ain't. I might have took a bite or two. But yeah, it was rough. It was rough like that, man. Times was crazy. I forgot about that. Now that you bring that up, I might have to get re-mad again. I might have to get upset all of a sudden.
It was tough
Oh,
because I was a single parent. I was married
oh,
and I was not married. You
right,
know what
right,
I
right,
mean? So
right.
I was married to your father first, Kamar, and then that didn't work, and so you didn't have him, and me, I was kind of trying to, like you say, find my way, and then some years later I married your father and
Mm.
had you, and that didn't work. So you
Oh
know
no, I worked. Yeah, we worked. It all didn't work. It was yeah. But anyway,
no, 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 you
I know.
understand what I'm saying? there were
Yeah,
there
yeah,
were times in between being married
yeah.
that you were being raised by a single parent, a woman that was, Kamar, I remember, you were young, and so my cousin stepped in to help me. We not talk about, me, rest in peace, my cousin Anthony, and he became your father instead of your cousin. You know what I mean? And was that right up until he transitioned a few years ago. So, but I was DJing. You remember that? I would be out all
Lady
night.
D.
I was Lady D. I was a club D. I was a club DJ, y'all.
Cause
In between,
I must have been
you
an infant at this time.
you weren't
You
born.
weren't, bro. No, you weren't born yet.
Dang, I wasn't even thought of yet. Y'all can have this moment, man. Go ahead.
Mom
You
had her she had her brown one piece jumper on with her afro, with her black
Oh
lipstick and her
shucks.
glasses.
Oh yeah, getting busy. See, that's where I guess now. Okay, so now it's start coming back around. Now I'm starting.
Uh-huh.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead. Y'all got your moments. So let's hear this story.
so I was a DJ, and I've, some might people might find it hard to believe, some things, but I can remember, back being a DJ, getting introduced to, I think they called it back then, I mean, beyond crank crank
Oh, what? Oh,
Yes, I'm being honest with you. Because I would be up all night working all day, my job and my job, and then I was DJing on at night and the weekends and stuff, and they give you a little drink and say, "Here, this will keep you, going." But I'm grateful for everything that I tried, that nothing
right,
stuck with me. No, no, no. I'm
right,
being.
right.
I
That's
mean,
life.
some of it. I almost got killed behind some stuff. Y'all know.
Yeah,
People that came in my
understand.
life that was not honorable. But when you have something to do, somehow you make it. In spite of the things that you go through. I mean, I was not. I would not get the Mother of the Year award. I wouldn't even. No, I mean, if I would accept some small honor for my later years. But back then, I mean, I was selfish and I was self-centered. They had a book or something out called Looking for Mr. Goodbar. And I think that was it. Yeah. I think that I was, in the early I'm in the 70s. I graduated from high school. I already had a child, your older brother. My mother and stepfather, grandma raised him, but Kamar, were the first one that I got to, actually I had to be very responsible for, because grandparents take the first one and then they won't
Right.
give him back, and they wouldn't give him back. He stayed there until he was like 45, 6, 7. I don't
50,
know,
Yeah.
but
50. She said,
but you know what I mean. So
45,
one of
6.
the other things that I want to speak about is even your hyperactivity, or so-called diagnosis of hyperactivity. One of the things that I learned later on is that any kind of trauma that is experienced, that the mother goes through, while carrying a child, that the children are so sensitive in the womb. That's why people now will play certain kinds of music for their baby and sing to the baby and read in the womb. You were in the womb while I was being abused and beaten up. You know that.
Yeah.
And so I was very abused by a person who, was, very handsome on the outside and very sick on the inside. And so I was physically abused. And so part of I believe, how you were as a child was directly probably coincided to the trauma that I went through, in the actual pregnancy, during the pregnancy of carrying you. And so I want to say, for my part, because I allowed myself to be in that situation, that that I'm so 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 sorry, you know, that happened, that it happened to me and that it happened to you, because I didn't have the courage to get, and the strength at that time to get away from that situation. And so I know what I know now is some of what you were born having some issues with, because it was stuff that you felt and heard and experienced, and is womb trauma. But we these are things we know now. So I'm saying this too, about if somebody who might listen to this video after the fact, that if you're a woman and you're with child and you're in an abusive situation, be it verbal abuse or physical. In my case, it was both, or physical abuse. If you care for the well-being of yourself and your child, you'll remove yourself from the situation like that. You know what I mean? And so, you have, since had very little. We've had some conversations about, we're not going to talk about them, but I've asked you to at least, when I think about it, I'm grateful for the donation. Okay.
Right.
I'm great. You call them the donor, but I'm grateful for the donation, because the donation is what resulted in you. And I'm grateful that you didn't turn out to have that type of abusive, sort of behavior. Well, there are other things that came up, but I know it's directly probably related to that trauma, and then the way I didn't know how to nurture you. didn't know how to nurture you through it. I didn't know how to nurture your abilities, your intuitiveness, and your ability to just kind of know things and all that. And instead of celebrating you, we punished you and put you upstairs and then you figured out all kinds of crazy stuff to do. Like we tried to figure out how did he get all of that food and stuff under that bed. I don't know whether you were raiding the refrigerator and the cupboards at night and stuff, but we found a stash.
What?
You don't know about that, child.
It was real, boo. It was
real.
It was real. It was real.
And I had that destructive side too, to where like I think a lot of when I used to tear up stuff and all that was like another way of me lashing out, because I guess I wanted to be heard then. Maybe I'm not sure, but hey, look at me today.
You're being heard. Matter of fact, I mean, you sing with a very you sing with
I am a member of Kevin Lemon's and Higher Calling. He is a Atlanta-based artist, from Atlanta, world renowned. We've just done I've been with them for going on 5 years now. Being with him, I've experienced so much. I've experienced so much. I think I may be at liberty to talk. I can't say yet, but there's a movie that was filmed that I was a part of. Because
I know
of him. Just stay tuned. It's a big movie.
It's
and
a
I'll
big
be glad
movie.
to be.
It's a big movie, and I'll be able to say, "There's my son right there." Right?
I was glad to be a part of that, as well as a lot of other things that have been televised lately, and just with with my mom, upbringing and all that, being able to just step out, take a chance, and go for what I've accomplished a lot of things. I definitely have accomplished a lot of things. So I can go on, but
I'm proud of you, and I'm giving a shout out to Tyler Perry. And I've been saying this, that if you need a double, if you need a stand-in, he's right down there in Atlanta. Because if you take some of your pictures and put it beside Tyler Perry's, you could be his decoy person or whatever they call it. So Tyler,
where you say it,
he's right down there where you are.
Actually, I live right around the corner from him.
Oh, you're right around from the
studio, yeah.
Yeah, from the studio. But I congratulate you, on that, because even when I started the church, like I said, we're gonna talk about that a little bit. When I started the church, of course, you were already gone. You didn't join your mama's church, but
wow, a little bit I did, Mom. I think I did
a little bit.
I think
late in the game.
Late. We were on the Vandiver then, and I know we were trying to do something with the praise team or the choir or something like that. But you had already some years had already occurred, and your brother, was as he said earlier, because I heard what he said, y'all. He said he was sheltered. He said that he was kept from things. But let me tell you what I found out later on. Listen, it was a lot of young ladies in the church that loved Booby. We call him Booby. His dad gave him that name because he was a preemie and he always said his head looked like a booby. I don't know why he called him
that. I did not okay all this. I signed off on all of this.
This one down here is, and we got you center stage. He was moving through the ranks.
What?
Listen, he was the sheltered one. I don't know how many was snuck in my house and out my house and different things, but he was no angel. You know what they say about PKs?
I was not him. I was not him. She's lying. I was prayed up, stayed prayed up. I stayed
He, he even
ready.
followed
You
me a
heard me.
little
You
bit,
heard me.
and he preached. He preached one sermon, which I have to this day on the tape. But you were no angel, Henry.
No, of course not. None of us was. Yeah,
Come
you had to
on,
figure.
yeah.
I mean, of course, you had to figure
How
out
much
life, but
pressure? How much pressure was it on you to be the pastor's son and try to maintain? um, well, you didn't maintain, but to try to maintain.
well, I mean, being the pastor's son, it was being the pastor's son. It was easy for me. I'm not like, let me stop. No, for real. I mean, it was, I guess, some sort of pressure, but I rolled with it. I ain't even gonna lie. I was cool. I tried to be me, and I'm always me. But you know, it was I don't know. I can't lie. If you really wanted me to tell you the
No,
truth,
no, Jasmine Henry is not a Libra. He's a Gemini.
or how much pressure was it? Made it easy. But anyway, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, and this is the results. It's
Yeah,
me.
but
So,
but,
but anyway, but anyway.
but
What
you have this. You being a Gemini, you have a split personality. I don't know
have
how many
have
other Geminis are out there. You
I have
said
seven. I have
you have
seven.
you have seven personalities.
Yeah, like the movie Split. That's me. That
Oh,
is me. That
let
is me.
me let me say that this young man who can make you laugh, telling stories about things that happened to him, and have you he'll fall out over his own. Most of his comedy is reliving and recounting actual events and
Real.
things.
I
Yeah,
like
and
that.
things that have happened. But you by the one hand, well, he'll have you dying laughing. But
Let's
talk about
say hold on. Let's talk. Let's tell a story about. Okay, since we was talking about when I got my brother in trouble.
okay, go ahead.
Something light. It was light. It was light. Okay.
At
It was.
at the farmers market. I'm
I
Cowtown.
wasn't gonna go there. You took it there.
Go
Like,
there, mom. Go
Cowtown.
there, mom.
Cowtown. Talk about
Okay,
Cowtown.
so we're gonna talk about. So this is how the little brother was. I guess it's probably a lot of younger brothers out there, you know. So we had our issues, and we all explored and wanted to figure out how to get some money here and there. And I had my opportunity, to get some money. I'm young. I think I was 10. I thought I was 10. Went on to mom's purse. I seen a 5 and didn't understand that the 5 had a 0 after it. But so I took it. Long story. You know, Me as the younger brother, we on our way to Cowtown. Get to Cowtown. Mom don't know. I didn't already snuck into the purse, took a 50, thinking that it was a 5, right? Tuck it up, fold it up, put it in the shoe. Let's get to Cowtown. Get to Cowtown, walking around. Mom Dukes decides to find something and she wants to pay for it. Why this day? She wants to go to Cowtown. I just wanted, all I wanted was some candy, something from the corner store. She wanted to go to Cowtown. You understand what I'm saying? You get to Cowtown. She goes in the wallet. Goes in the wallet. Uh-oh, my money's not there. Okay. Where'd she go to? She go to my older brother, right to him. Hey, man, sometimes people did stuff before, maybe the history maybe gets it, right? What do you want me to say? Okay, he's taking that. So now we're leaving, and we're on our way. I think we mom left, didn't buy nothing, stormed off Cowtown, walked all the way through, drug us all through Cowtown to get to the car. All the way home, I'm sitting here nervous, sweating like I am now, trying to figure out how I'm gonna get this 50 from where I got it stashed, right? In the car, she's smacking him all up. He getting all in trouble. I'm in the back seat, nervous, sweating. Damn, my little 10-year-old heart getting pound out of my chest. I don't know what to do. Get to the house, I'm like, hopefully she cuts him out enough and get on him enough where I just can get this out of I don't know what I was going to do with it. I never get to that point. This one here, let me get to the side where he at. This one here was to give the suggestion when we get in the house to look at my shoe. look at my shoe. What type of person would put money in their shoe? Me, right? And what type of person would suggest looking in the shoe? Him. And that when I took my shoe off, the 50 was sweated up. It was soaking wet as if it was inside some water, and it's been there the whole time. And I got
Wait a minute. I had already done a.
yeah, he got beat down.
He got an
That was
uppercut.
good.
I think you got an
Oh
uppercut.
I got tore.
Yeah, he got his work, so I was good. But yeah, so that was one of those moments, man. It's just being a younger brother that I took advantage. Well, thought I had, taking advantage of an opportunity, but didn't work out that swell because I got it too. I think that was one of. I didn't get too many beatings, but that was one I got that night. I got that.
But when you said this, but when you left Kamar, when you moved out at 16, Henry had no scapegoat. He had no alibi. Wayne and I would tell him, "Oh, we are not even going to ask you who did it.
Why did you do it?
Okay, yeah.
You already know who did it.
There was no more. I had no more.
There was nobody was there. Nobody was left at home but you. So you pretty much got everything. But what I was saying is, as funny as you have grown up to be, though, I have seen times when, you have been so angry that, you were we were wondering if we would have to come back and get you out of the Commonwealth of Virginia custody because of what somebody, an Albion, which was what we call them, tried to do to me. If you remember, we had gone down to Pastor Deborah's, Pastor Deborah and Pastor Dennis, in North Carolina for me to and we were heading back up. We were in Virginia, and we stopped at one of those big, rest stops where the buses and so forth and stop. And Henry was driving the van with all the equipment, the equipment, the musicians' equipment and stuff. And I was getting out of the van that I was riding in and walking across to go into the place, and this guy in a car, this Albion in the car, started playing chicken with me like he was gonna run over me. Henry saw it. Who's making that noise? Somebody's making some noise. Anyway, Henry saw it. He jumped out of the van, ran to this. Now we're in Virginia, down in Virginia in the Commonwealth, and he runs out. He runs out, and he tries to get the guy's car door open. The guy is trying to get away. Then he takes my phone. I think he had a phone. I think I took it.
It was my phone.
I probably paid for it and threw the phone at the guy's car. The guy sped off out of the parking lot, and then about we trying to calm him down. He's in the parking lot having a conniption. The man comes back with his hands up, like to say he was sorry. He wasn't done. Henry went after this guy to try to kill the guy. I don't know what he was trying to do, and I don't know whose child
I was trying to drop kick him. I was trying to drop kick him, and it didn't work. That's what I was trying to do at that time.
And I don't know whose child it was, because it was a younger child that was there. And Henry started running after the car, and whoever's child it was running after Henry. I don't know who it was.
No, with me. Yeah.
We were trying to calm him down. We were like, "You're in Virginia. They will lock you up and put you under the jail. We'll have to leave you here."
Yeah, but when it's your mother at that point in time, then that's what you got to understand, that the love that we have for our mother is real. So we don't care about nothing at that point in time, but getting that whoever was wrong to, my mother. So, yes.
And another instance I can tell that he did, that I had surgery, and I said, "Henry, I need you to take me to," I don't know why I wanted to go to Walmart, and I wasn't even supposed to be out yet.
Because you're a shopper. We already talked about this in the beginning. You get out of surgery and go to Walmart. But anyway, go ahead.
I didn't just get right out of surgery. It was a couple days after the surgery, and I was cut, low. And so he took me to Walmart. And so I was getting ready to go out of Walmart, and all of a sudden another Albion comes running behind me, hits me in the back. Well, he didn't hit me on purpose. They were chasing him out of wall. He was stealing, apparently. Back then they had, they used to put the games in these like plastic cases, like I guess like your Madden and the different things.
Mm-hmm.
He had a box cutter, apparently, the story, and he is cutting the tapes out, and they catch him, and he starts running through the thing. So when he gets to the door, I'm trying to mosey out the door real slow because I had surgery. He hits me and knocks me over the railing of the cart. Henry takes off after him, and the store's run. He's running faster than the people that were behind the guy, and he's chasing him through the parking lot. And the man says he has a box cutter. So I start screaming, Harry! Harry! I'm all down on the ground. Oh, go back, Harry! I screamed myself.
Tripping.
Because here I'm thinking the guy's gonna turn on him and cut him, and he don't even know he got a box cutter. And I think he jumped in the car and got away. But by the time Henry got back, I had no voice. I was crumbled on the floor at the front door of Walmart, screaming
hurt more than it was when the man hit her, probably.
Listen.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
yeah, but
that split personalities is real.
But you know what? Look, we talking about being funny, but please tell them about fun. Tell them about the time. Did I make that you had to walk? Well, you walked.
Why are you doing? What are we talking?
Because I was involved in
it. Is this part of being a mother and teaching your son how to fend for himself and learn how to be a man? Is that what this is about?
Absolutely. So you had a job at the
University of Delaware. I think when I was 20, something like that. That's one of my first jobs. But Mom, I remember Mom always saying, if you got a job, you better figure, and you need to get home, you better figure out a way. Like, don't call me to come get you and all this, right? So I took it to, maybe I just didn't understand this quote that she said, but when your mom said, figure it out, I'm talking about mom working 4 to 12, or I don't know who's going to get you in the middle of the night. When she say something like that, you figure, don't call mom, right? So, okay, this night I got off at 12 o'clock, I believe. One of my friends was supposed to come get me. I talked to him a few hours before, and he said he was never showed up, right? My boy Harold, if he ever watches this, he know he was wrong for that. Anyway, he was wrong. So I got off. I'm at the University of Delaware, Main Street, all the way at the end, Tribune Center, where the train tracks is. Y'all know where it's at.
About how many miles from home?
What is that? I don't know. What's that, like 10 miles, 15 miles, 20?
Do something between 15 and 20 miles from home.
Between 15 and 20 miles from where I lived at the time. So anyway, I gets off work. My boy never showed up. So around 1 o'clock in the morning, me being the young man that I'm growing up to be, you know what I'm saying? Because my mom said, don't call her. I didn't call her. So what I decided on doing was saying, I'm going to walk this thing on home. You know what I'm saying? So, it was a journey. The life was real. I think this was one of the times in life where I really learned something. I had a long time to understand what being a young man was really about this night, because I started walking from the University of Delaware. And we could speed up and get 8 hours later into the walk and understand that it took me like 8 hours to get home.
The policy, we y'all call the police, but the policy enforcer stopped you, right?
Yeah, right. So we get to, early in my walk, that's what baffles me today. Early in my walk, I got stopped by Perkins. Y'all not from Delaware. Some of y'all are. Perkins on Kirkwood Highway. I got stopped by a cop around 2 o'clock, and by the time I got to stop me to say that I was suspicious, right? So now I know that I'm far away from home, and I'm like, all right, I ain't suspicious. I'm just going home. So the cop, when he realized that I wasn't the man he was looking for, took my info down, he speeds off. I'm telling the cop I need a ride. You know what the cop says? I can't help you. I gotta go into this call, and pulls off. This was about 30 minutes into my walk, so basically he would have saved me about 7.5 hours of time in life at this point. But yeah, he kept going, which caused me to have to go and start this journey in life that taught me a lot. But yeah, he let me go. Well, he drove off on me. Didn't give me the opportunity, didn't help me get nothing. just let me go. So I mean, yeah. So
What were
anyway,
yeah.
as we get into the story, this is the funny part. Let's speed all the way up because we don't have to go through my whole walk. We don't have to understand that it took me forever and all that. When I get home, people, and I tell my mother that it took me 8 hours to get home, do you know what the first words from her mouth was? Why didn't you call me? What? You told me to figure it out to never call you. But then after I walked 8 hours, people, she said, why didn't she call me? And then let me tell you the nice thing she did the next day. I'm sweating now because it's getting hot. I got to take this hoodie off. Let me tell you the nice thing she did the next day. The same day I walked home, I got home the next morning. She took me to work. Gave me a ride. Gave me a ride the next day and picked me up. But by this time, my feet was swollen and they was red and blisters on every toe. It was bad. Y'all don't understand. I walked half of the walk from Kirkwood Highway off barefooted because my shoes was hurting so bad. It was bad. I don't know if y'all ever walked for 8 hours, but y'all don't try it and don't ever do it. Call your parents and say you need a ride home.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, that was one of those stories. But you know what?
You want me
Everything.
to?
What did you say?
Go ahead.
I want to go back a little bit because we're having some fun and so forth, and I'm glad you all, there's a little over 100 folks that are listening to this, but I want to go back to some. We've had some tough times, right? And
Yeah.
I guess he had to go take that shirt off.
You're over
Look
there
at
melt.
he's don't strip for us now.
No, it's hot.
But we've had some
Throw
tough
your hair on,
times
boy.
too. We had some tough times. I'll go back to 1985. Henry, you were little, and Kamar, you weren't even home at the time. But that was when your baby sister died, and that was rough.
Yeah.
That was rough. But I need to go back to 1983. I think it was when we had a very devastating fire in the house. And if it was not for you, if it wasn't for your intuitiveness, even though you didn't, as a little boy, your insight wasn't to stop at every room, but you remember where your brother was, and you saved your brother's life. And the sad part about it, beside the fact of the young man that lost his life, is that some people, and you were about, how old would you have been? Like 8, maybe. The suspicion was cast on you, if you remember that, as you made as a child, and we know completely better now, but we won't go into that. But the fact that it is that you saved Henry,
Yeah.
and that was a toughie. And then 2 years later, your sister dies. Your baby sister dies. Henry and I were the only two home at the time, and she died of crib death.
Yeah.
But you had visitation, if I'm not as a child. I think you're muted. I think you were visited by your sister. I
Yeah.
remember you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
That middle room upstairs on
Madison.
24th
On
and Madison.
Madison Street.
I won't give
Yeah.
I won't give the whole address, but we were on
Yeah.
24th and Madison, and it was just something about that room in the middle. And then
Right.
I remember I told you, I think after that, where the girl had asked me, what happened in the house, because the son, used to sit at the top of the steps and plays with, like he's playing with some kids or something.
And we knew we knew for a fact. Henry, what are you doing? 'Cause
I got you. I got you.
you
I had to
making
put
these little,
my mic.
you
The
make.
mic.
Let me see if I can mute you or something. I don't think it's you. I don't know where that's coming from, but yeah, we had we don't know what happened in that house prior to us moving there, but I remember you and your inquisitiveness, or somebody went up in the there was a like an attic crawl space, and we
That was
found
me.
you found a really old, like an old ironing board, small, that was carved like with a date, like was it in the 1800s or
18 something, 18 something.
and it was up, it was a small board, and it was up in the, and and so we don't know. I'm trying to figure out what's making that noise, but we don't know
It
what
might,
that.
it might be my thing here.
Okay, yeah, maybe this is. So we don't
Yeah, because
know.
I hear my cry.
Right, this
Oh,
is
okay.
you. Okay, so we don't know exactly what had taken place. Now you can hear, I can hear myself like echoing back. We don't know what had taken place in that house prior to me
Okay.
purchasing that home, but it was not, it was really kind of things happened, things moved after that. We think we'd leave the house and things would move around in the house and so forth and so on. But we endured it. We
Madison
endured it.
was that was the house. That's where it all like. Madison. I mean, I guess a lot
What do you
happened
say?
with Madison, right?
Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
I said a
Oh,
lot happened.
a lot of things happened there, and we don't know what happened prior, and then we kind of heard, like you said, somebody moved in there and said a small child would be playing with children at the top of the stairs, and both those children died in the same room,
Mm.
if
Yep.
you remember. And so for you, the pain for me, for you, was the suspicion that was cast on you, but you were the one that did the saving. You know what I mean? And so, I don't know if I've ever, and I probably have said some things to you since then, but I'm publicly saying to you, like all these years later, how grateful I am for you. I was not where I was supposed to be. We had the guy across the street looking out for you while I go to pick up, that person from her job. And
Hmm.
we stayed longer than we should, but he was the neighbor was watching, but not really. And then other things happened. And so I just want to say, I mean, we've been through some stuff. I mean, you have seen me going through um trying to find myself in relationships and getting myself to the place where I ended up in a mental institution for 30 days. You remember, y'all were older by then. I'm
Yeah.
really bearing my soul because somebody was trying to kill me. And when somebody puts a hit out on you, so to speak, it either kill you or send you crazy.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I think somebody said, "What doesn't destroy you makes you stronger." But yeah, I mean, hey, I jumped from the frying pan into the flame, and I thought that I had met the perfect guy that was gonna, take away all my pain after having so much loss and so much this, and he turned out to be the devil in disguise, and it was very scary, very 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 scary. And so I'm grateful for that you guys didn't turn out to be monsters like some of the monsters that
Mm.
were in that was in my life. You know what I mean? Um, and I'm really bearing my soul tonight. I remember, no, because you know what? I'm not
We're
too
going to
many.
get to where we're going to get to today. Soon.
Right, we're gonna get there in a minute. But I'm trying to help some people. I don't even know if 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 they still do this. But back in 19, I want to say 90 or something. I don't know if y'all remember that the chat lines were the rage. Everybody was calling on the chat lines, and you put your number on there, and people were, I don't know if they still have these things, but back then the chat lines were what people were on. And now they just got social media, but back then it was chat lines. And so I remember, here I am, a single again. I had divorced your daddy, Henry, and I mean, somebody calls me who got my information off the chat line. I mean, his brother talked all night long almost. And if Dion, if Dion were on here, he will remember. I went to work the next day. I was working for DuPont, and I get a phone call on my job from this car dealer. You remember this car dealership, and they want me to come out to the car dealer because they want me to pick out a brand new car. And I'm saying, I don't want to, I'm not getting a brand new car because I can't afford a brand new car. They said, we know the car is already paid for. We just want you to pick the car out. So I remember Dion and I going out to the dealer on Route 13, and I'm like, this isn't real. And they had me pick out a car, the dealer, and then they said, well, you can't take the car with you because the purchaser wants to get all of these extras put on there. So it's going to be about a week or whatever, 4 days or something to do the upgrades on it. But we just needed you to pick out the car. And so I hadn't met this guy yet. And when he shows up, I'm going to say it now. He was probably one of the ugliest guys I had ever seen. I'm sorry. But anyway,
catfish.
Yeah, but here I was. He'd have bought me a brand new car. I mean, okay, maybe I could learn to like him or something. And in a matter of a week, I think it was a little bit over a week. I got a car. He took me out to Buck Road, which is out there near AI hospital, and he purchased me a beautiful home with a carriage house. Let me see.
Where was that? Where?
You were home. You just didn't know what was going on. You didn't know what was going on.
We had a house with a carriage.
No, a carriage.
Is that when we got the dog, the beagle, and the yeah, got the sanctuary around that time? We talking about Kimball, right?
Yes. Is that where I got the dog from, Mr. Winston? Sir Winston?
Mr. Winston, yeah.
Yeah, he takes me out to the mall. He takes me out to the mall. He buys me a $350 briefcase and a head to toe outfit that was like probably about $1,000 back then. But the thing of it is, so then he writes a check from his account, and I deposit the check in my account. He gave me this money. Then he takes all my bills. He wanted all my bills. Like, what are you gonna do with them? I'm paying them off. And he writes a check out to pay off every last bill I had. And then he FedEx. He went to the FedEx place, and I said, can't we just put them in the mail? He went to FedEx, and he shipped all of my payments to pay everything off. Then he gave me a check for $7,000, which I put in my account. Come to find out, that night he went back or called the FedEx. He canceled the FedEx delivery, so they never went out. They never went out. He already knew what he was doing. They never went out, and the check that he put in my account was a check that people got if they're truckers. Truck drivers get these checks that they can, I don't know what they're called, but if you're a truck driver, you get accounts where if you're doing long distance trucker, you can go to like a truck stop, and he would take these checks and he would give them to women. I wasn't the only one he did this to. And so you would put it in your account like it was yours. And me, I had a good account. So I then began, he was like, my father took sick. I got to go. And I don't have my this with me. Can you give me? So I took money out of my account of this 7,000 and gave him, and he was going to come back because he done bought me a house, a car, a ring, a dog, and clothes, whatever. This man was in the wind. I got suspicious like the next day. I don't know what happened, but I got suspicious, and then I found stuff he left behind. I found other women's bills and other people's stuff, and I start calling people, and he had done this to people all up and down the East Coast. He was from Virginia or somewhere, North Carolina somewhere, but he had been doing this to women, and nobody wanted to come forward. Well, I had to come forward because not only that, I had quit my job at DuPont. You remember? You don't remember that, Henry? So everything, because I was going to be working.
I remember some of the stuff. Yeah.
Right. So somebody says, Dr. G, I'm just telling y'all this stuff. People, I wasn't always the smartest, or the sharpest knife in the drawer,
You had to
right?
go through something to get to where you at.
Right. This really happened. Yeah, this really happened to me. So when I finally realized what was going on, I had to go to the authorities. Well, they suspected me as an accomplice because I put the check in my account. You see what I mean? I put the check in my account. I thought it was real. The bills never got paid. I quit my job from DuPont that I had been at for a long time, and everything was topsy turvy. And so I pursued. I got the newspaper article. I was on the front page of the news journal. It says, "I found my." I didn't say this, but they headlined it. "I found my Prince Charming," and I'm sitting there looking like really kind of silly. And then one of my bosses at DuPont saw the article in a New Jersey paper. But my vindication came because I pursued it and they went past jurisdictional lines for me. They normally don't. And they got him and they extradited him back to Delaware. And he did time. They said he used to watch me on TV because remember back then I was on television. You remember I was a local television host. Everybody knew me from TV. And so here I'm on the front page of the paper looking like an idiot, but I had to do it because I needed them to get him. And so then he spent a couple of years in Gander Hill or Howard R. Young prison watching me. They say twin. Oh no, they called him Khan. I'm sorry, Khan. There's your girl, because I was on TV on Sunday. But he was supposed to pay me restitution, which he never did. But by the time that came around, I was just like, I really don't care about restitution. I just never, ever want to see him again. And I wanted to put that out for people women would know, please don't fall. That was catfish before catfish was popular.
Yeah.
He was nothing but it's one thing to be a con, but it's another thing altogether to be an ugly ass con. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna make allowances. I was gonna make allowances for the fact that but yeah. And I'm glad you remembered his name, Kamar, because I forgot. But you're right, his name was Kimball. Yeah. But they got him.
William Kimball.
They got him. You were there. I mean, this man was so crazy. When he left, he used to call me. He was calling me, and he was torture. He was like, what do you call it when you call on the phone? Now he's gone, and now I realize I've been had. And then he called me. I was sick. I had no job. My bills were back because I hadn't paid anybody. I had $7,000 that they put in my account that really wasn't mine. So I didn't know what I was going to do. So I had to go clawing back to DuPont. And fortunately, I had such a good report. They gave me my job back, because I think I left maybe a year or two later when I really left on my own. But he was calling me first when he didn't know I really knew, and he would say, "How are you doing?" And my father, he's not doing good, but I'll be back. And then he would say, "You know what? I'm looking at you." And I was losing weight because I was sick. I was just like stress sick, from the whole situation. And he would tell me on the phone exactly how much I weighed. And I was like, how does this man know that, what's going on? And so I remember having some friends who literally came to our house, armed. I won't name their names because they became a pastor, but I won't name him. I won't out him. And said, let come back. Let him come back. Because I was in a ministry back then that was sort of an Afrocentric. We used to go to the temple. Y'all remember, Henry, you practically grew up there, and y'all both in the temple. The temple, like, turned their back. They act like I brought him there on purpose and knew he was a con man. And so the Baba, they did a tribunal on me, put me in the front, told me that I was gonna die. Oh, it was crazy. And so that's what they ran me back to Jesus.
Yeah, well,
I'm serious.
Started wearing kufis anyway.
We used to wear African clothes, garb all the time.
Yeah, dashiki on.
Yeah,
You
Most
didn't wear,
definitely.
y'all didn't
Huh?
wear them. Y'all didn't wear them to school though, did you? I
No,
no.
no.
But
No,
on
no, no.
Saturdays and Sundays, y'all were. Yeah, but you know me, I had about 50 African
Yeah.
outfits, and I went to DuPont with braids and African clothes and Afrocentral ties at the time DuPont because I wore African clothes garb every day,
Hmm.
and you'll remember that.
Yeah.
I wore.
I think you changed the game for African garbs.
I did,
I think
but
you
then
did change the game because you
when we
started doing something real crafty with the African garbs. It wasn't normal with African garbs.
But when we got to the church, because they ran me out of the temple,
How
I
you were
ran
wearing?
I ran back to Jesus. So I didn't wear African garb all that, but every church has their black history celebration. And when somebody found out, I said, "Oh, I got an outfit for you." Next thing you know, I think every woman in the church had on an outfit that belonged to me. That first year, every outfit, and then they would like, I'll give it back, and I would be like, "Oh no, you keep it," But I brought that innovation. So let's come up to 2001. I hear the call. I'm called the pastor. I didn't drag you, Henry, but because you were young, I guess you had to go with me. And we had a ministry that actually was, I would say, pretty progressive. We had some of the most prominent, I would say now, like singers and ministers and elders and pastors came through how praise to the king. You all know they were there. We have a video right now, I think still out on YouTube that like probably got 2 million views. Remember the praise break when all y'all was to shout in there, Henry, and go crazy. It was like 100,000 views 10 years ago, and but we were doing what we did. Somebody said Henry
I
W
know what the,
that deep V neck
I
on.
know who's that? Who is that?
I don't know, but look, Henry had the strip. If y'all saw him first,
It was
he had a blue just do it sweatshirt on it. He sweated out of it. But
right.
but we had a ministry that was growing. We just had awesome people there. And then one day, um yeah, then one day I went to a prayer breakfast in Philadelphia. Sister Deborah said, Henry, I speak a release.
For what? What?
That's
My
Sister Deborah
V-neck?
said, yeah, no. But anyway, then one day I had this out of body experience. And I come back to the church the next day and I stand up to preach, and I'm preaching about extraterrestrial stuff. It got a little crazy up there. And most of the people who said, no, Dr. G doesn't have a website, but I do have an email. I should put that stuff up there. But anyway, so I come back and I got a whole different perspective on everything. Henry, how
Okay.
did you feel when everybody kind of turned on me? Because you weren't there, Kamar, I don't think, when that
No.
happened.
Well, I mean, that kind of touched me a little deep because it showed me how sometimes how people was, like some people would smile. I mean, they would say one thing in your face, but then once behind your back things, I got to see people for a different life. You know, as being a son again, I take things differently. When somebody, disagrees or doesn't agree with my mother or something like that. So, it didn't sit well with me, because it
Right.
wasn't the way it wasn't the fact, it was how it was done, and to see how church folk can go from saying one thing to doing something totally different. It was like an eye opener to see that people can, they turn your back on you instantly, and it's real. People, they really, see how the church really is as a whole. Firsthand, we got a chance to experience it. And that's just, how my life is today, just being able to go through it. So I don't know. It wasn't good for me.
Yeah. It wasn't good, but something good came out of it. Something good came out of it. I mean,
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure that I could have backpedaled. You know how people say something and then the reaction is not good, and then all of a
Mhm.
sudden, you say, "I don't know what happened. Y'all pray for me because the devil is a liar. I need y'all to lay hands on Apostle
Yeah.
Gillis because I know the Lord is good." Yeah, somebody said, "Kamar sipping Wild Irish Rose." What you sipping, Kamar?
I know. I need to get
Uh-uh.
my wine popping. I took my shot before this thing started.
What
Wasn't
is
nothing.
that? Capriccio sangria.
Capri
Oh, okay. Well,
had
your
a
mama.
nice bottle to it.
I'm drinking some this is pomegranate peach passion white tea. So just so y'all know,
Oh,
but
I got some
okay.
minute. I got some Minute Maid fruit punch in the red glass, y'all.
This
um,
grown folk drink. We grown now.
All right.
but listen.
I,
So how did I wanted to know though? How did it make y'all feel though when I became public? Now, because I was on Facebook. I got another Facebook page from way back when I was Apostle Gilliam. I've never been on it. I've been on it for like 10 years or more.
But
But how did y'all
I ain't know
feel?
how. I ain't know how to
but
take
mom,
it.
you gotta realize that. But you've always been in the spotlight, like in the public eye. So to me, I don't know. To me, it's
No.
kind of like I see. This is her. This is
Yeah,
what she's
but no,
always
me
done.
for real. Me being the baby, right, and seeing and being stuck in the church per se so long. What I was like, no, no, no. My mom when she woke up, I'm like, this lady cool as hell. Like I know she cool. I knew she been cool behind. She cool as hell. Like it was real. Like when she really woke up, it was a whole different person, man. Just to see that part of her and to see the realness out of your mom. I was like, man, I wish I would have had this mom then. But again, we had to go through where we
Yeah,
are
I
today.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, like yo, listen. If I would have had this mom, I might be different in life. But we had it's her. The way she is. We say it a lot. If we put a post up, you see it. She's going to talk. She's going to tell you whatever it is that's on her mind. If she thinks it can help you, or she's going to get this. But now to be woke and out of it's just you got. Yeah, I guess you had to be there to understand. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun being my mother's son now. I mean, I always love my mom, and that's just. But now it's just fun. I can be as real as I know how. We all but let's get it twisted. We would be real, but it would be here and there. You can tell your mom certain stuff, a little bit here and there, a little bit here. You're not gonna tell her everything, but now we can spill our hearts to our mom, and it's not gonna be no judgment. She's always gonna help us. Of course, she's gonna be a mom first. Now it's real. So I don't know. I love it.
Tell them about the fact how I've always been though when how some moms are like if it's their son or their child, it could be daughter or son, and you could do no wrong. So if your girlfriend or
Oh,
somebody came
oh
and
no.
would
She's
I
not. She's telling on you. She's snitching. She's gonna tell if you brought one over and that wasn't the one that she seen. She gonna say he wasn't with you yesterday. That was She listen. One thing with her, she is not going to lie for you at all. I don't know, Kemarr.
Mark, that ain't your son. That ain't your son.
That ain't
That ain't your son.
that
tell
ain't
them
yours.
tell them about tell them about that.
Oh yeah. Oh. Why you
Oh
say
yeah.
more shit your mouth up?
Because the
No,
truth.
no. I mean, it's true. It just you relive those moments. I had I thought I had a son back then, and then my mom,
Brought,
I brought the baby to. I think when I bring the baby on the
to
picture
my
or something.
job. Brought the baby to my
Yeah,
job.
brought the baby to the job, and she said, "Oh, okay, well, he's cute, but that ain't your son."
Straight like
I won't
that.
say whose
I
baby she
said
said that
to
it
you,
was.
what I know I tell you who I said, but I won't say it. But I said I won't say it. But what I said to you was it more than one of you
Right.
at that time? Did you know of somebody else that was there? And you said, I said, because that's not your son. Now your daughter looks like you you spit her out. Y'all look like
Yeah.
twins. And she's how Talia is
20,
20,
27.
27. But that wasn't your son. And you know that and I'm not normally like that, but that wasn't your son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I
Just
said,
true.
it was one of those
How many years did it take to get that verified?
mother intuitions.
Um, maybe like maybe 10 years almost.
Was it that long? Before
Yeah,
you
it was a long time, but the girl came up to me and she was looking for me.
Mm.
The situation, she was looking for me, and she said, "Well, we found out who the baby daddy was, and all the other choice words."
And my mom
She
said it
said,
was.
I know, right? That's what I was going to say. My mama told me this
Mama
years
said
Yeah,
it.
ago.
my mom
Mama
already
said
told me
it
that.
wasn't.
What my mama said was, that ain't true.
But now, like I said, we can talk about so many things, and I feel better. I mean, Kamar, sometimes, like I said, you've picked up some of my habits, shopping
I
and
think we all got that problem.
oh yeah, you do too.
You can
That's
be
right.
broke and still going to be shopping.
I
Listen,
don't. I can't. I was
listen.
getting ready to say I don't shop that much now, but I normally have a package, at least one a day, come to the house. So,
Look at my face.
or
Yeah,
Listen,
okay.
one
yeah,
or more.
because or idea, I get so mad at my mom sometimes. I mean, I get mad, but like you have an idea in your head, you plan something. I think we were having a conversation. What you say, Mom? You got the paints and all that stuff. I done went and bought pour paints and canvases. They in there. I got photography
They
stuff.
ain't doing,
They in
ain't
there.
doing no,
I
ain't doing nothing with it.
got this going there. They in there.
And I got paint all
Shoes.
over here,
I even
ready to.
gonna zoom my camera over here.
Yeah, we're gonna have a virtual paint party or something. So I got.
Hey, and I'm going to play the music. I'm
That's
going to
right.
play the music.
You the
Look,
DJ.
I didn't bought the DJ equipment. Look, I got
Look,
a
see
problem
that
too. I
you
don't
got that
even,
from me. You
But see,
must got that from
all of
me.
those things they came from her.
ain't her. Ain't
Now,
her now, bro.
if I could only get y'all into like reading and studying, like I like to get new knowledge. You'll see, but you don't mind listening to me tell
Right.
you. But I'm gonna go dig for stuff. But but one thing I know between the three of you, Kamar, you seem to be, and I'm including Dion, you seem to be the most receptive. Like I can talk to you for hours about stuff, and we be conspiracy theorying it back and forth about this, that, and the third, and you be like, yeah, I remember, yeah, they're just I know we can talk about stuff that other
So
folks.
I know what you're gonna say about me. What do I do when we talk, Mom?
You are a Gemini.
Go against everything. I go against everything. I go against it. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're going against
Oh
it.
yeah,
We're
she
going
gonna
against
bring
Kelly
your
Benson
brother.
said, Kelly Benson
not,
said need to have a yard sale. I really do. Y'all, I'm gonna probably have a book sale. I did good on the couple books I sold the other day, but I'm gonna probably do a book. I was gonna put my books on Amazon. I was thinking I'm gonna just put my books up on the screen and let people buy the books
So
that I got.
excuse my. Do y'all see this? I get it
What is that?
from her.
Oh, shoes.
Shoes, Mom.
I got more
Shoes.
shoes than that. I got a
yeah, that
Shoes.
ain't nothing. That's
yeah.
Shoes.
boo. That's trash compared to what
But
she got, y'all. Once she get this camera,
that's just one.
Yeah.
That's
that's
just one side. That's just the side over here.
yeah.
But I get it from her.
Who converts a whole room to a closet? Just kick your kids out and say, I'm going to change my room into a walk-in closet, a room, not a
Dr. G.
closet, a
Dr. G.
entire room. Got
Yes.
shelves all around it, and hangers and shoes and stuff. But anyway, life like a box of
But you know
chocolates.
what? I don't need all that stuff. Somebody said Open 642 said me. That's somebody else. See, yeah, give me 5. I,
Yeah.
oh, look, Black Space. I can't find spring dragon tea anywhere. Any suggestions? Yes, yes, yes. If you want to get some spring dragon tea, I
Who's
want
that?
you. I don't know. Somebody look. I have to pause and give people what they want. Somebody's looking for some spring dragon tea, so I'm going to put up the person that I got my spring
That's
dragon,
your mom.
Dr.
That's your
Botanica.
mom.
There you go.
Cow. What she
So
talking about? She's
so
right.
no,
That's my
I'm looking at comments. So if you see Dr. Botanica, 888-453-5526, www.doctanica. I don't know if I got that right or not, but Dr.
that's your,
Botanica at Gmail. That's who I got my spring dragon tea from. So
there's your link.
there's my I'm always telling people stuff. You know what? Listen, I'm gonna do a little commercial break because I got this today in the mail and I wanted to share this. Let me put this up.
Samar, is it past your bedtime? You look tired.
We only got a few. He's drinking wine. He's probably buzzing.
Oh,
Okay.
He said,
Let me put this up. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. What am I looking? Okay.
I'm mad you got the tall glass.
Okay. Here we go.
That's the wine glass, fool.
Okay, now I need you to pause a little bit, comedian. So excuse me, what I have in my hand right now, and I'm running under here, the book of melanin research from realnagas.com. It's a book 1, and book 2, which I got from Kevin Behringer, aka Magus 9. Today, when you order that book, I'm gonna tell you it's very technical, but what you're gonna get with it. Let me take my glasses off. He's gonna give you the police stop stuff. So this is kind of tough for me. Well, let me put it on. Did I put it on right? Do you see what this says? Can you read it?
I can't see that well.
I can't either. But anyway, it comes with a mask on. It says you need reasonable articulate suspicion, officer, and then it says Terry versus Ohio. So when you get stopped by the policy enforcers, if you have this, if you don't have it on, put it on and don't say anything. This keeps your mouth shut, and he should know what Terry versus Ohio is, and if he stops you without any reasonable suspicion. But and in addition to that, that comes along with you buying the melanin research book. You also get with it, you get your constitutional rights card, which has information on both sides, so you don't have to know it. You should know it, study it. This is your qualified immunity notice card, and it has a place on the back for you to sign it. This is your qualified immunity notice, back and front. Public official bonds. What is a surety bond? This is a several page book, and it has all the state codes listed and all the information about surety bond. And you get this book, Know Your Rights Manual. So from realnagas.com. So it's running there on the bottom. Thank you, Kevin Behringer, aka Magus 9. Brother is awesome. He was on the show a few months ago. Going to have him back again, but I just want to make sure that you all see what you get. You get this 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 thing is voluminous and is very technical, but it's good for you to know what this will let you know how great you are, because these two books, our melanin is so important that they have volumes and volumes of research on us. So check it out. Okay, that was my little commercial. I don't know where your brother went, but let me go back here to comments. All right. Let me go back here. Boo sale 2 doll shots. Oh, look, I'm looking at you guys. Your sons are absolutely chill. Oh, I like Dr. G. Your sons are absolutely chill dynamic. They are, right. We are. Look, I am so grateful for this opportunity to have you guys on here. I don't know whether anybody has any questions. When is Grand Sheik gonna walk in and play Purple Rain on that piano? If Grand Sheik walks in and plays on whatever it is, that one right there. that piano, he will be in green screen land. When y'all see Grand Chic here in my office with all the books in the back, that's the live background. This is whatever background I want. I might go to the beach before it's all over. I never switch up like that. But I think it's wonderful. I mean, I'll always be your mother, but I respect you all as men. You all have grown, and you all respect me. I mean, sometimes we see people I've seen people disrespect their parents. Young people don't know how to talk to their parents and so forth. But one thing I can say about you all, I never had an issue with disrespect from you all, and I so appreciate you're men. You're gonna be 46, Kamar. You're gonna be 40, Henry. Dion just turned 50. Wow, 50. Ooh, that sounds good. And he's got a two. We have to pray for Dion. He's got a 2-year-old at 50. So, anywho, but but all Dion still says yes, ma'am. He says yes, ma'am, no, ma'am to me. He's 50. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that we can laugh and joke be adults, but the respect is there. I gotta respect you all, just like you all still respect me. It just doesn't mean that because I'm your parent, your mother, that I can disrespect you. But I mean, I just I'm happy that we could do this. We were talking about doing this for a while, coming together, and I have so many people out here all over the world that know about Dr. G. They know, they see me, they think I got it all together and I got it going on. I'm full of no, but whatever I've got, I still don't have it all together. And then wait a minute. And then I haven't always even had it together the way I have it together now. You see what I'm saying? And I think the honesty comes in so that if somebody is struggling right now, they need to know that, Dr. G's been there. A lot of times I have a dear friend and they know who they are. And they had some experiences that were really, really terrible in their life. And I used to say to that friend, I say, there's going to come a time when that won't even be your testimony anymore. In other words, a lot of times we always start with, look, I used to be this and I used to be that and all that. And people never see you for the greatness that you really can be. So I've had the opportunity to get before thousands of people and present myself in such a way that in many cases have endeared me to them. But tonight, and everybody who's watching this, from whenever you seeing this, you're getting to find out that, hey, I've been through and I didn't even tell it all. You know what I mean? I didn't tell it all. And so right. I want people to know that one, not only, especially women, that, even if you feel like you have failed in some way in parenting, it's never too late. And if you had to do some stuff with yourself, do the work. Do your own work for you. And once you start to work on you, then the children, hopefully, or the people that you have offended or hurt along the way may be able to see that redemption. You know what I mean? And get to the place where your children can really, in a sense, rise up and honor you. Because there are a lot of parents right now who, children don't honor them for whatever reason. And I see it as if the mother carried the child and didn't abort, because that's what I said, it's a mission. So, you can abort a mission. If the mission was to bring that child in, even if that mother doesn't know how to be the parent that you would want them to be. The very fact that they gave you life and gave you a chance, as opposed to having you sucked out of some vacuum. So to me, if it turns out that you have to get other mothers and other fathers to be in your life, as long as they nurture you, that's the important thing. As long as, and like I said, Kamar, you've always been resourceful. I was jealous I'll be honest. I was jealous. You had all these other mothers. So I felt like a failure, but somehow I knew I kind of was. I had failed to really recognize who you were and why you were who you were. And it took me all of these years, not just now, but it took me many
Mhm.
years, to get to the place where I respected you for who you are, and how hard it must have been as a 16-year-old and all the ages that you've been to not feel like you could turn to your mother or your father. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm grateful.
But
I'm grateful for our relationship now. Go ahead, Henry.
I just want to say this too to you, Mom. Like I know, I mean, our as you know, of course, older, more, 16. So me, I just want to say you, the way that I was brought up, I'm good. Like you kept me. I feel as though you kept me away from things that would have led me somewhere else in life. You know what I mean? So thank you for you actually you learned through your process of your children. You had an older one, a middle one, and when it came to me, you made sure that you started getting that thing in line. So I'm gonna let you know
You just
that
got it right.
yo, you with me, I'm grateful that you kept me where you kept me, when you kept me, and you allowed me to be released when you did, because you didn't hold me too long. You wait when it was 18 and that's meant time to be a man. You said, "Go ahead, son. You now I've gave you this, so I want to let you know that you did swell. You've done swell as a mother, and I appreciate just being in this family and going through with my family, my brothers, my mother, and we all learn this thing together. And you did your thing. You're still doing your thing to this day. You know, we tell you all the time. So don't don't. I'm gonna throw the positive out there too. You feel me? That's all.
Well, I
And
thank
and it's and for Kamar, we all know it's the process. We are where we are, man,
yeah.
because of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of you. I want you all to, know that when I do share, especially information about, say, like somebody's asking about nationality and status and birthright and stuff like that. When I'm telling y'all stuff like that, and people are calling and wanting this information, of course, I want my kinfolk. I want y'all to get this. I want your statuses to be correct. I want your head to be on straight when it comes to what's really going on and how you need to protect yourself by, getting yourself in the right in correct status and so forth. And so, not trying to like embarrass y'all now, because you already know what I do. You already know
Yeah.
what it is. Matter of fact, Kamar, I know you even asked me a while ago about some information, and I was giving out information to the person that's asking me, Black Space. Um, I'm having I'm hopefully you guys cross your fingers. I will verify it and put it out, but I may have our sister Sharon Tracy Gale Bay on this coming Friday, and we'll be talking about nationality and how you can go about um, getting your paperwork and stuff done the way it was being done before. So just hold out, if you will. Friday, that's one of the things that we'll be talking about. But
Well, boo.
this
I'm
was
reading these compliments.
he's
What's the
oh
Henry look like?
he,
What
oh he
Kamar, you can't see these
no,
compliments.
no, he can't see him.
Uh-uh.
Somebody said he looked like somebody's gonna be standing out there waiting for a job for would it to be picked up. I guess because he got the V-neck shirt. Somebody like day labor, a day labor.
God. Oh, somebody say he looked like he smoked that loud. I'm just tired. Tired. My eyes is always low. Look your
Uh,
comments now. Who
but
is these?
and I'm grateful. My brother Madudi, who is on here, aka Earl Nixon. I think Henry, you and him have the same solar return. Um, I think you and him have the same. Who'd I look? I Lord, we lost Kamar. I don't know what happened. But anyway, I'm just grateful that you took the time out of your busy schedule this time, because you help us. It's Todd, your daddy. Well,
What? Who is that?
El Banjo. is my sergeant at arms. She is. She okay.
So that's the
Oh
one
yeah.
who's talking.
Yeah. I don't know if he's trying to come back on in. I told him to make sure his phone was there you are. But yeah, so cross your fingers,
Right.
y'all. I got the invite out and hopefully we'll have Sister Sharon said it's all natural products. Henry said it's all natural products. I don't know. Kamar left to go Trader Joe's and re-up on the wine.
Yo, what in
That-
the world?
oh,
Boy, you
you'll see.
guys see you can't see the comment.
They said you went. He's frozen. I don't know what's going on. Anyway,
Am
no,
I frozen?
I love my look. I love my kin folks, my skin folks in here. Listen, I do appreciate you all, and we got about 19 minutes. I'm just trying to. Somebody said I saw Oprah in the background. What background? I don't, oh, it's a
Where
green
Oprah at?
screen.
Where's she at?
Do you have a
Who
website?
got a-
I don't know. And the
People just saying anything. That's mine.
Dr. G, it says if you could have Don Miguel Ruiz at your prestation platform, I would be so thankful. Oh, well, you look, he's the guy. He's the guy that wrote the seven. What is the name? I have his book down here somewhere. But anyway, Roxy.
Where behind the piano?
Yeah, back
Looking behind him.
there. But if you know how to get me in touch with Don Miguel Ruiz, I would love to have Don Miguel Ruiz on the show. And anybody else, I'm always looking for guests to have on. So please, if you all know somebody who would make a good guest, um, mom was asleep when Taj. My mom was asleep when Taj knew. You crazy, El Banjo. If you have people that you would like me to have, don't just throw out a whole bunch of names. Tell me somebody who you have a contact for, because now you're gonna make me search all around. And some people I've invited and they won't even answer my emails. They just don't know what they missing. But anyway, Rosalind NYNE. If you heard what I said about Friday with Sharon, we're gonna be dealing with nationality, and I do have an email address, but I left it downstairs that we will bring it out on the Friday show, who you would email and get your process started. But hopefully with Sister Sharon Tracy Gale Bay and Sister Fatima on the show on Friday, we will get a lot of information that a lot of you would love to know. Was it they just showing y'all love? Oh, they said, yeah, don't have Sonnet or Brother Polite on. Nah. I would love to have Dr. Phil Valentine on, and hopefully I could have he come on and they won't block my show, because seems like every time he try to do something, because of the information that he brings forth, sometimes we're in the cancel culture. They put you in Facebook jail and YouTube jail. So, there should have been nothing said today on this particular show that would cause us to be, but there's so many things. I mean, we said, Grand Sheik said something on Friday, and a sister called me and she repeated what he said about the troglodyte, and I typed it in and I put an N and I put spaces and I put an R at the end, and she wrote it in, and then I think Facebook put her in Facebook jail for 3 days for using that word. So, like, come on now. I mean, I have a memory that came up today from Facebook that Grand Sheik and I did a year ago today, and I was going to share it, but when I listened to it, I realized that even though it was live last year, this year it would probably get banned. Isn't that something? You know what I mean? It's just crazy that we have to pick and choose what it is we can say. And even if it's true, you know what I mean? You say you're giving the truth. Another thing that I want to say, since it's my show, y'all heard me talking about, and we always got look. Since nobody has any more comments, since it's my show, I want to make sure. Oh, let me. I'll run it afterwards. Y'all heard me talk about this. It's running under there. You want to give me a call about this? All I can say is I can't say a lot because they won't let us. But well, I'm just being honest. You can't say certain things. You cannot say certain things. But all I want to say, I mean, it's blocking out because it's green. That's why it's blocking out. But I want to say that this thing right here running at the bottom of, you see at the bottom of my screen?
You can't see it. It's blurring it out.
It's blurring out, but this is the thing, right? That everybody needs to have one in their home. That's all I can say. It educates you. Let me say the right words. It educates you about what's going on in your body energetically, because you can't say and I'm just going to show you this. So it just kind of sends information out. I don't know if you guys can. Is this? Can you all see that?
The picture.
I don't know. Can you see it?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's kind of hard, but yeah, we can
Yeah.
kind of. It's kind of hard. You might
So
have
that
to
the picture on the right was 6 days before the picture on the left was taken. And this educational tool was in between those 6 days. How about that? So I'm just trying to say that every household should have one so that you can become educated about what's going on with your body. That's my commercial. I think I said it safely. I think I said it in a way that
And
doesn't get me in.
if I may drop a nugget for those out there, if you would support, if you can support and go download. No, not download. Purchase our latest single. It's called "For Your Good." It's Kevin Lemons and Higher Calling. We're trying to get those numbers up. You know, we need that Grammy. But
Okay.
it's Kevin
Are
Lemons
you
and
on?
Higher Calling "For Your Good."
Right. And I mean,
We are
like you
on
said, go
all
ahead. Tell us
platforms.
about it. Okay. And
We're
even
on
like I said,
Spotify, Apple Music, all of them.
we For Your Good, For Your Good. Is it
For
called For
Your
Your
Good.
Good? Kevin Lemons,
Yes.
Kevin Lemons, like the lemons you squeeze, and Higher Calling. And yes, it is a gospel song, but is it more like
Yeah.
contemporary? Did I hear that one? Y'all are good.
Yeah.
Y'all are good.
Yeah.
Y'all are real good. So y'all need, you need some encouragement. You need to hear something that inspires you and something. And plus, my son is I was looking at a video today that you all were doing, and I think I saw you from the way the person was shooting. And that tall person. Are you in the back because you're tall? How tall
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah. 6'4".
6'4". Yep, I know. You don't take after me because I'm 5'2". That part you get. I'm just, but trust and believe. I borned you. So let me just see. Okay. Yeah. Well, you may not listen to gospel black space, but it's a for those who do, and it's a good album. And is that your pops? Who's that? Yes, that is my dad. That's my dad. Y'all. And I'm just gonna say that I went one day with this and had the opportunity to do the scan, and then I started scanning the frequencies from home, and it educated situation. I can't. It's you all have to understand how certain things work, and you can't say certain things and whatever. But I'm gonna probably do a Zoom call meeting for some people that want to know more about it. But I still can't tell you stuff. It's interesting. But we have a call every Thursday where we talk about this and everything. But I've got proof that it does do what it says it does. So if you're interested, excuse me, give me a call or text me. You can text me at my number and just say you want more information about the scanner, and I will send you the link or talk to you about it and tell you what I can tell you without violating the regulations. Yeah. Oh, your daughter is online. She said, "I love you, Daddy, my rock." You Talia.
Love you too, baby. I can't see the comments, but
Yeah. So but
Oh,
yeah, my yeah. So let me see. Yeah, that's how they stop freedom of speech. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no more freedom of speech, especially on. Yeah, I know. And if those of you that are on, if you're not, I recommend that you join Telegram. If you're not on Telegram, join Telegram. that is a platform that allows you to say what you want, pretty much. And download Telegram, whether you have an Apple phone or a Android phone. And I'm on Telegram. We can connect on Telegram. I have groups that I'm on Telegram. You can put videos up. You can make your own groups there. You can communicate that way. So please go download the app Telegram, Telegram. People all over the world are on Telegram. And if they're in your phone contacts, once a person in your contacts joins, it gives you a notification on your contact list that, Dr. G joined Telegram, or, Kamar joined Telegram. It's a great way to be able to, and I'm not getting paid for this, but just a great way to be able to get the information out there to others and to communicate and not be censored. How about that? Let me see. Sons, in the last few minutes, we got 9 minutes. Who wants to say something?
What you gonna say, Mom?
You said what?
Well, I'm gonna give any last comments or whatever.
What we gonna say?
Hold on.
I'm not gonna tell you what to say. Where's my grandson? Is he trying to come on?
Come here.
Here's another generation. This young man, if he shows, let me see. My grandson is somewhere in the background. Hi, Aiden. He is a championship basketball player and football player. I mean, you guys won. Did they win a national championship last
year?
Nah, well, he plays fourth in the Nationals 2 years ago. COVID stopped last year, but the year before last, he plays fourth in the fourth grade division.
In the Nationals. But you're awesome. And your dad I call your dad a soccer mom, even though because they don't have a basketball mom. But I remember when you were like 2 years old or 3 in 2015, however old you were, I took a video down to to Virginia. No, where was I? They were having the college where the coaches come in to do the selections, and I was at the same hotel, and I showed his video of him playing basketball, of Aiden, of you playing basketball, to one of the, what do you call them, scouts? A scout. And the scout told me, I need to see him in, was it like he said, when he's 18, because if he's playing like this at this age, I'll be looking for him when he's 18. So, of course, I don't know where basketball is going now that we have, everything's changed. But you've been dribbling the ball since you were about a year old. The ball was bigger than you. I'm proud of you. Even though your dad's upset with me, I don't get to the games, but I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you too. I'll be watching.
Thank you.
Out of here.
We sending him to Atlanta. Probably might have to go to high school in Atlanta.
Come on down. Come on down.
But anyway, this was fun times and good times.
Yeah.
And it's this cup.
We thank you.
Yeah,
Listen. Listen, you're home. You can do what you want to do. Telegram. Yeah, Telegram is awesome. Sister Deborah, I'm glad you joined. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And like I said, Dr. Botanica, copy claim. Okay. He's changed it. Dr. Botanica is the bomb diggity when it comes to herbs and knowing what it is you need when you say you got this issue or that issue. Like, so Dr. Botanica, somebody was looking for some spring dragon tea, and I put your information up there when they asked about it. I take it twice a day, and hey, it's some good stuff. It keeps me going. It keeps me going in more ways than one. But anyway, see, Dr. G just being real. Dr. G just being really, 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 really real. Half of the promos that I was supposed to run, I didn't run. But this was a special night for me, y'all. I'm just happy that you all decided to come on, and especially on a short notice. And also, I want to say, congratulations to me for reaching level 24. That's right. I finally hit the top for Quicksilver, but I'm not finished yet. But I'm gonna pat my own self on the back, and I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have done it without you all out there, getting on board and getting your silver. I appreciate y'all, really, really, really do.
I got a
How
quarter in my pocket.
how to get the melanin research book? Let me throw that banner back up again. The melanin
Silver.
research book.
Look, your son
I'm going.
throwing the silver up. Is that what
Okay.
that is? You got silver, Mom.
Oh, you got that basketball. I got that one too. You can't see it real clear.
Send that.
But
Send that to. What is it?
that's one of that's silver.
It's a
But
basketball.
that's a silver basketball. It's gold plated. Yep, got his silver. Appreciate that. So to order the book of melanin research, I see you. www.reel nagas.com is at
She's
the
doing the
bottom.
book now.
It's running at the bottom. Okay. Let me see. All right, I'm trying to see. Anything else anybody want to know? I've been traveling, made it home, got to replay. You sure do, Sade, Renee, L. These are I got my sons on here. Oh, make sure you stop in Greensboro on your way to Atlanta. Yep. If I drive, I certainly will. I probably have to stop and go to sleep. that'd be my halfway point. I've driven to Greensboro in one evening alone by myself. I saw a meteor or something go across the sky. Maybe I was hallucinating. I don't know, but I don't know. Big up, family. Keep up. We need our own satellite. We sure do. We sure do. Thank you, Dr. Yasapa. Thank you. Let me make sure. I have played everybody's information. Don't forget to enroll, if you will, in the online classes. ZionLawSchool.org. Awesome teacher, instructor, teacher, Dr. Yasapa, and you can enroll today. Appreciate that. Make sure you support our advertisers. Let me also make sure you support Cordoba Organics. That's Sister Selena, Brother Asir, consort. So that's Cordoba Organics. And my dear friends, Antonia and Mia, who have 720 blends. These are people that I use their products too. I use their products. And those of you who are looking to get, oh my gosh, those of you who are looking to get the pins, remember we showed you pins.
Pins.
And yeah,
Pins.
yeah. The pins with the on the back of them. Let me make sure. You think I said depends?
No, you said the 720 pins. I didn't know that. You said depends on your
720 blends. You see, my son is crazy. My son is crazy, but I love him. Let me run this. Order your Moorish lapel and other pins from www.moorishgold13.bigcartel.com. Let it run back one more time so you will see them. And I'm just trying to get the time out and give everybody their due, if you will. And don't forget to support the house. We love you. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Let me look at the last comments. We need our own satellite. Yeah. Congratulations. Thank you, everyone. When you said was not there, Dr. G, to build strength, I'm sure your sons disagree. I don't know. I was kind of looking for Mr. Goodbar at one part of my life, but I did get it together and I became a pastor. I'm reading comments. I did get it together. And when I became a pastor, though, I think I became a little bit more, I called it dogmatic, as the preacher. I looked like didn't I look older 10 years, 15 years ago? I wore long skirts and I had beautiful gold locks. I was Goldilocks, but I look like an old church woman. I look like an old church lady. So
I don't know. You adjusted with the times. But by the time, yeah, you adjusted.
But I still look, I think I looked older 10 years ago. 10,
Okay.
15, well, no, 10 years ago I was coming out of it. So 12 years ago or so, I was still in the church mode. So anyway, but again, I thank you. I appreciate. What is your name on Telegram? Just signed up. Thanks to you. I don't even know. I think it's Dr.
What?
G.
How long?
I think it's DR on Telegram. I think I'm looking for my cell phone. Oh, I think it's Dr. G. Anybody who's looking for me, I think. Let me just look. I'll tell you who I am on Telegram. I don't even know. I just look once I'm on there, and even Dr.
She busy.
Botanica's
She
on
busy.
there. In there. Okay, here it is. I am. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Naila L on Telegram. Let me just put it on Telegram. Telegram. I just put it in there in the comments. I think I did. On Telegram, you should find me under Naila L. That's what it says up here. I thought it was Dr. J. Yeah. Yep. Naila L. And you'll see my Dr. G picture up there for the right one. So join me on Telegram. We can communicate that way. Naila L. And okay, thank you. Love you all. All right. Well, listen, this has been really, really great. I appreciate each and every one of you. You said I was just transitioning, so your beauty was coming to fruition. Listen, I'm trying to get a little bit more beautiful. By the time I get to be 70, I want to be like 10 years younger than I am right now, at least in the body. If I keep on educating myself, who knows? And matter of fact, with this education, look, you can also use this on pets. You can also educate yourself on what's happening with your pets, your dog, your cat, your horse, dogs, cat, horses, and other. So if you got a pet weasel, ferret, snake, you can, yeah. Or so just yes, Sade, rewatch. Thank you so much. It's 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Oh, we're over. We not over because we have as much time as we want. But I want to thank you all. Thank you so much for and listen, let me know when I can tell the world about the movie. They're gonna know about it anyway when it comes out. Because there's another one that I'm surprised about. Oh, anyway, but there's another one. But they're gonna know when it comes out.
Just stay
So
tuned.
huh? Yeah. You think
I said,
y'all's
stay tuned.
is y'all's version better? We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Of course it is, because you're in it. But we'll definitely let you know when the movie that my son took part in has a part in it was and of course I've seen you in what was that movie that show that you appeared in? We were walking across. You were extra. What was that? It was a series.
The Gifted. The Gifted.
Gifted. The Gifted. Yeah. He was in The Gifted, but he didn't have a speaking part. Right? Yeah. But we hoping to get you to the point. We love you
Don't
too.
Don't forget about your little bro. You ever need a light skinned fella out there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't get into the skin stuff. No, but look, Talia says, "I love y'all. This was awesome. We love you too. Yeah,
Love
we
you
love
too,
you
baby.
too. Yeah, Kamar. Oh, Sister Deborah said, "What kind of paintings do you do? None yet, right? You haven't done any paintings yet.
Paint the walls in the house.
Yeah, because you talked about having the paint, but you and I right now we just have paint.
Oh,
but
I did one. Hold on. Wait a minute. I did one.
Oh, good. Oh, God.
Hold on. Let
Now
me get it real quick.
Oh, that's a beautiful bed. Look, we're getting to see his bed. Oh, but yeah. Yeah.
He's gonna show you his paint.
Well,
y'all looking at my bed. Don't be looking at my bed.
I'm gonna be doing.
What?
Uh,
What?
okay, keep acting.
Mom, what you say? It looks good, Mar.
That's
You're doing, doing fabulous.
it's beautiful. He's
I
not
see.
10. He's not 10 years old. I could be honest. Keep acting.
Nah, keep.
Huh?
Nah, I like that.
You
Yeah, it's yeah. I'm gonna have to look. You've
Wait,
inspired me to put some paint to my
you don't see
canvas.
my painting?
yeah.
I see. I
I
see
see
it.
I see the windows, and I see the door, and I see the house. I
And
see it.
I see the paint dripping down
That's
over
gonna
the
be the next
windows.
Picasso. What are you talking about?
I like it. I don't
Uh,
care.
okay.
That's the
No,
go.
you know what I'm planning to do? The pouring.
It's
Look at
art.
your tongue is
It's
look, his
art. It's
tongue is
art.
stuck.
It's
He's
He
stuck with
froze.
he's
it's
stuck
art.
with his
It's
tongue.
art now.
You
It's
stuck
art.
with your tongue stuck.
Art.
Yo.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Take the camera down.
The camera froze you with your tongue stuck out. All right. There you go. Okay.
No,
I'm
no.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
You don't
sorry.
say that like that.
Get stuck like that. Y'all, we're tired. We're tired. We're tired.
Oh, he was
Somebody said,
stuck.
keep going, make more. No, I'm gonna be, you know how they have the pouring where you spin and make the funny, like all the designs. That's what I'm planning on doing. I got a whole thing of doggy pads down here.
I got
So
one
I
of them
can
too. I got one of them too. But I'm gonna sweat if I go run to get it. So I'm not gonna run and go get that.
don't get it. Don't
What you did? Oh, what you
get it.
made the one? You made the swirl. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Go. I
No,
want to see it.
no. Not this
I
time.
want to see it. We got all
Y'all,
night.
y'all is crazy. Now we just letting them see us
Go
get
get it.
crazy.
Go get it. Go get it.
Oh, he's not gonna get that. Y'all, please. My sons are having too much fun,
Nah,
and
hold on. We're about to end, y'all. Let's check out this.
Here again.
oh, I like that. I
Hey,
like
nah.
that. Now that one, I like that one.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
okay, all right. That's that could, yeah, that'll work. That'll
So
sell.
that was after
See
the
how
first
you do,
one, right?
y'all?
Yeah, you hit us with the nonsense first, and then you called us with the good stuff.
Can't
Bro,
find me on Telegram.
That one to work,
Oh,
Mom?
y'all put look at my phone number
No,
there,
he wasn't at all
302.
that. It's all right.
Put my
It's
phone number
good.
in there. But it's not Ila L, if you spell it right. I'm on Telegram. If you and if you are, if I have your number in my list, and you in my contact list, and you join Telegram, I'll get a notice that you joined. Right. Sam Banjo, who you calling a hybrid? Who's a hybrid? Who's a hybrid? I ain't got no
Who's a
hybrids.
what?
No, I just know, I know what she was saying about something about hybrid. What she said, Joyce. Oh, she's talking about Joyce Meyer. Joyce Meyer wish she looked like you now. I don't know where any of those people are. Do they still come on TV? Look, Kamar, he's froze again. Listen, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This has been absolutely
No.
amazing. We have had fun letting you in on. This is how we cut up. We did this one night. We had a meeting about something. Whatever, I don't even know what we had a meeting about. The four of us at the time. Dion was there, and we had a meeting about something that we were going to do that we probably haven't done, but we did have a meeting. You guys, you guys have met together on Zoom and had your little fun, but this time we allowed you all in on not only this conversation, but a little bit into my life and my background, and I hope that it helps. I hope it helps someone. We've laughed and we felt like crying because some of the things have been very painful, but um through it all, like I said, we have some angels watching over us. One of us, my daughter, their sister, my mother, their grandmother, my stepfather, their step grandpop. We got folks that we will all, they were all a part of the story. You know what I mean? And helped us, help me raise them and help me do for them. So absolutely. We appreciate you. We appreciate your attentiveness, and hey, thank you, thank you. And
Thank you.
like I said, yeah, thank you guys for coming on and being so transparent. I really appreciate it, because you didn't have to do it. And we didn't tell it all, but we told them enough. Okay, so I'll
Can't
talk to
tell
you
them
guys.
everything. Can't tell them everything.
I know, can't tell them everything, but listen, don't go anywhere, you guys. Just let me tell everyone so long and put this banner up. Are you my next guest? Because a lot of folks were talking about get this one, get that one. Well, give them this information, okay? Until next time, this is Dr. G signing off.
Dr. G. Really? Oh shit. Yeah, that's me. 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 Dr. G. Really? Oh shit. Yeah, that's me.